I believe we're live. We're live. I believe we've got audio. Welcome back to another Creative Breakfast Live. It's good to be back for another Saturday morning or Saturday evening or somewhere in between. I hope everyone's had a great week. Now we've got everything back. Everything's back this week. Can we tease? Let's tease something. Let's tease it. I'm just gonna tease it. Someone just bought Doug a coffee. We've got the super chat. We got the super chat and milestones and everything back this week, which is really good. I like to experiment with my live streams. As you'll see, as soon as we start calling out some people who are rolling in today, let's bring that up first of all. Let you know that it is. Wrong one. That one. There it is. Creative Breakfast Live. I hope everyone's had a great week. Let's shout out a few people who are here so we can just get rolling and everything on here. I'm going to start from where I started picking up data for this. I start at the top. Live on YouTube Twix. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to you. Moderator, Creator Classroom in the house. Welcome. Chantel's here, dropping the mod emoji. And yes, I can bring up the emojis on the screen. I'm so happy about that. Home Rapid Repair in the house as well. Welcome. Amazing Up Destinations is here. Monique's here as well. I've got to reconnect the headphones. They always help to hear. Rebel Candace is in the house. Welcome. Let's see. Ollie Smith is also here, and we're live. Absolutely, we are live. Michael Sohosky is here as well. Good morning from across the pond. Is there two music tracks, or is that me? Probably at the time it was like the intro music fading out and the background music fading in. That's probably what it was, I think. Actually, I didn't even bring up the question. There it is. There's the question. Leanne's here. Welcome. Let's see. They're getting caught up. Yeah, that's what it was. I miss my old studio too. I miss it too. This is still. I haven't figured it out yet. So we've got the classic multicolored sound panels. Where are we up to? I've lost my spot. Kevin Hawthorne in the house. Welcome. Food Fun Diary is here. Welcome again. And I think we're caught up with the chat at present. Yeah, so I'm not using Ecamm's live chat. I'm using something called Social Stream Ninja, which allows me to bring up things that include the custom emojis. The custom emojis are included. And you can also see, for example, that the channel membership is on there as well. The fact that Amazing Yacht Destination's name is green indicates channel memberships. It shows a wrench for moderators. And if we have stuff coming in later like super chats, it'll all be laid out on the screen for you as I highlight them. So this is something I just want to test out, and I quite like it. I've seen it on other streams, and I want to see how it's all going. And the question is, am I streaming with OBS? No, I am streaming with Ecamm. I am with Ecamm. Otherwise, Creative Classroom, whoever asked about mod today the other week when Chantel was sick, I offered to help Doug in case he got behind. It is an honor. Yeah, absolutely. You can never have too many mods. Okay. Lovely. Well, I hope everyone's had a great week. I got something rubbing the back of my neck there. I hope everyone's had a great week. The biggest news in YouTube the past week is... Let me go to my notes here. QR codes. they're experimenting. Not everybody has this, but they're experimenting with sharing your channel with a QR code. Biggest news of the week. No, I kid. That is not the biggest news of the week. The biggest news of the week is test and compare, more commonly known in creator circles as A/B testing. Really, it's ABC testing. I'm going to be making a video about it, but in the meantime, there is one thing I would be doing shortly on the stream, and that is showing you how to check to see if you've got it yet, because the rollout has started, hasn't finished yet, so some channels have it, some channels don't, but it should continue rolling out over the next probably another week or two, probably till the end of the month, I would imagine. So we're going to look at that shortly and see how you can check that, because sometimes it's like, if you just like take a quick like scan, you may not see it. There's a certain place you've got to check. So we're going to look at that as part of the stream today, and talk about a couple of the other announcements and experiments that YouTube are talking about. And of course, if there's any questions that you have at any time during the stream, drop it in the chat. Put a Q in front of it so I know it's a question specifically, and we'll address that in due course as I come across it in the chat, which is what we do. We like to sort of hit it as we see it in the chat. Where am I up to in the chat? That's what I'm looking for. Okay. Yes, almost everyone is getting thumbnail tester in the next few weeks. Absolutely. Absolutely. The only thing that stops you getting it is if you're a brand new channel and you might not have advanced features yet, and that could stop it. But as soon as you get advanced features, you will be able to do your test and compare of your thumbnails. Woohoo! The thumbnails, I'm not sure if that background music's too big or too small, but I'm just going to pull it back just a fraction. Food Fun Dory says, looking forward to that feature. I think everyone is. I haven't had a chance to dive in and add some tests to any of my videos yet, which I'm planning on doing, because I already make multiple thumbnails for a video, so I already have at least 3 up my sleeve to try on all my main uploads already. So it's a matter of, well, I can actually try them all and see which ones actually do better. Robert Cannon says, I just did business cards with QR codes for my Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Yeah, QR codes are pretty cool. In fact, I quite like using QR codes. So I'm going to just drop that one in there as an example. Now, the YouTube one, actually, I think in the example I saw where that Buy Me a Coffee logo is in the middle, I think there's some sort of like a YouTube logo or something, so you just know that QR code is a YouTube link. They're actually just doing it as an experiment for the QR code thing, because I do mention it, and it is a thing that they did announce this week. It is an experiment. Now, I don't have it, but they say what you can do is go on it's a mobile sharing feature, obviously, social networks, if I can find it, if I can find YouTube. Okay, they say to go to the U button at the bottom, and there was some sort of share thing here, and I don't know where exactly it is. I followed the verbal instructions on the Creator Insider video, and I didn't see what they were seeing. So I don't know whether it's because I'm not in the experiment or I was looking in the wrong place. But when I go to my channel, view my channel, and then go to the 3 dots at the top, if you get 3 dots at the top, you get that like share. Hang on, let's see that. You get that sort of share thing there. I think it's supposed to be in there, but I've only got the option to copy the link, if that would focus. There it is. Copy link. I have to cover my face up for autofocus. It should be somewhere down in here in the share card, but I don't have it. So that's the experiment. So look out for that if you're on mobile, in regards to the QR code experiment. So it's just a QR code that you can share so people can just scan it and go to your channel. That's the basic idea for that particular one. All right, and don't forget that the Q helps Doug see your question. Interested in coming on a live with me about test and compare in July? In July? Sure. Yes. We can talk about test and compare. I'll be more knowledgeable by then. Speaking of QR codes, indeed. All right. Absolutely. Make sure to like and share today's stream. Get it out there for people. Big shout out to Learn Spanish World in the house. I also see Tony Miller in the house as well. Welcome. And Greg is here. Greg Hubers from Canada. I'm going to say Canada because your profile picture exudes Canada to me. Learn Spanish World, have you got access to AB thumbnail testing? I finally got access. Gee, it took a long time. Yes, we're going to dive into that in a minute. I'm going to show people how to check to see if they've got it or not. Just in this video, I'm going to be in this live stream. I'm going to be making a dedicated video on how to fully use it. But right now, I'm just going to show people how to check because it's still rolling out. Food Fund Diary says, do we need to maintain 4,000 public watch hours yearly once we qualify? No. But you should try to, and you should, once you get it, and if you stay consistent, you should actually be like exceeding that every year from then on in if you don't like completely stop. If you continue regular uploads, continue getting views, continue, growing your channel, you should be getting like more and more and more in a 12-month period ongoing. But no, they won't take it off you just for dropping below. It's usually a period of inactivity, like a 6-month period of inactivity where you don't upload any videos or do any community posts, where you basically just leave your channel to go like dead in the sense of you're not uploading content. If you do that, then they will probably pull your YouTube partner program and you'll have to reapply. Let's see, where am I up to? Eileen Smith says, I'm an experiment part of Premium for a new layout for watching videos on desktop. Yeah, I'm sure plenty of people who don't have Premium have been getting that experiment for quite a while. That old watch page that nobody I have spoken to actually likes that watch page layout. The fact that they're sort of forcing it on Premium members is really an odd way to do some testing, in my opinion. But hey, I guess premium people sort of put their hand up to be guinea pigs in a sense for some of the things they test. They usually test things for like a 4-6 week period or something like that with premium members. It's a bit of a funny one. I got access a couple of days ago. Have set 3 very different thumbnails for a video that comes out Monday. But members have access today. Oh, I should check. Actually, I can't check out what the different thumbnails are because one of the things with test and compare is they'll always show the same thumbnail to the same person, so that you won't see like one time and one another time. Once you've seen it once, they'll keep showing you that same one. Amazing Not Destination says, I'm not fond of QR codes. I, as a human, cannot confirm that it's actually a good or bad website before. Yeah, that's the big downside of a QR code, is you don't know what it's linking you to because you can't read the URL. And if you're like used to reading a URL or understanding it's going to yeah, that's definitely the link to my proper bank. That's not like it's been spelt correctly. There's no hyphens. They haven't like redirected it somewhere else. It's a legit thing. But the QR code is it's anything goes. So yeah, that is the big downside of a QR code for sure. Where are we? I'll drop you for not uploading. Yeah. It's usually a 6-month period, but it's at YouTube's discretion. If it's past the 6 months, anytime after that, it could happen. Yeah, Creative Classroom keeps uploading, so now in that 365 period, it's getting closer to 10,000 watch hours instead of 4,000. So yeah, it should increase over time. I feel like a guinea pig with a new glow up Canva. Yeah, yeah, and they keep sort of tweaking it and changing it. Oh, that's a good thing that you actually had a choice to check it out. That's good. That's good. I didn't see them sort of specify that when they announced that experiment. I was a little bit concerned. Bella Vicky, welcome to the stream. All right. I sent a DM via X so you can see. Okay. Let me have a look real quick. Oh, the thumbnails. Okay. I'll take a closer look. I'll take a closer look after the stream. Pete Johns is here. Good to see Pete Johns. See Pete Johns popping up on some other streams around the place. Well, Only Planes Network and some others. Let's see. Where are we? Oh, I've lost my spot. I know. There we go. We're near the bottom. Okay, so you tested one thumbnail that has you, one thumbnail that doesn't have you, and then a completely different thumbnail from what you would normally do. That's a pretty cool way of doing it. Yeah, you should be testing major changes, not like tweaks. Like I just changed one word or I just changed the background color, but everything else is the same. It's like, yeah, test two very different or three very different thumbnails. That's definitely the way to go. Open Air Outdoors, welcome. Welcome to the stream. All right. All right, we're going to dive in. I'm going to jump over to the screen share. Make sure I'm on the right screen. As soon as I click off, my Stream Deck is doing silly things. Okay. All right, we're on the screen share here. And yes, I'm still on the screen. Here we are. Beautiful. So what you can do is just go into any of your recent videos, so long as they're not like a short. The easiest way is to do that. Click on your pencil to go into details. And of course, you have to do this on desktop. There's no mobile option for test and compare. Now, if you scroll down and just look at that, it just looks normal to me, where it says thumbnail there. Right here where the thumbnail is. But what you're going to do is click on the three dots here. And you can see test and compare right there. And so you'll see these four options: change, download, auto-generated, and test and compare. Auto-generated, I believe, is just selecting one of the frames from your video. The classic, hey, you didn't pick one, we'll let YouTube pick one for you. So that's how you check to see if you've got test and compare. Just check any of your recent videos and go down and click on the three dots on the thumbnail. And then, like, I can come back now here and use this, add in 2 extra thumbnails and start testing, which I'm not going to do right now. I'm going to save that as part of my tutorial video that I will be probably putting together in the next week or so. So that's how you can check all your channels for test and compare. So that's a good one. Let's go back to here and see where we're up to in the chat. I've lost the chat. No, I haven't lost the chat. I lost my place in the chat. These thumbnail tests, more work for creators. True. If you haven't traditionally been making more thumbnails, that's like more thumbnails you've got to think about. You've got to come up with like 2, 3 thumbnails. And maybe you want to do multiple tests over time. So you test 3 and then later on you test another 3. Whether you're testing out of the gate with your own audience or you're testing later in the life of a video with just, a YouTube showing your content in browse and suggested search to see what people click on. I noticed that in a video when YouTube talked about test and compare, they mentioned twice it will be normal to not get results. Yeah, there's a couple of conditions where you wouldn't get results. One of them is if you don't get enough impressions or data to actually make the results actually be reliable. Because if you get a low amount of data, a low amount of statistical data, that doesn't make the results conclusive. It's like if I ask 10 people who they're going to vote for in the next election, that's a sample size of 10. Whereas if I sampled 100,000 people or 1 million people, then that result is more statistically likely to be closer to accurate. Obviously, it's not 100%. Never is 100%, but statistically, testing a larger pool of data is more reliable than testing a small pool of data. So they want to validate their whole system by letting you know that we really didn't collect enough data in that 2-week period where we're testing. And the other thing that can happen is if there's heaps of data, they could give you a result in less than 2 weeks. And so there's the two sides of that as well. But they're the main reasons why maybe those test and compares may not give a conclusive result, is because you're not getting enough impressions on a video to give them enough data to say, yes, definitely that what we worked out, that watch time share is, enough to say it's a fairly reliable indication of people's responses to the thumbnail. Where are we? I have a thought on which one I would perform best. Yeah, sometimes you'll be. I'm sure that one's going to do best, but you'll get surprised by the results sometimes. Absolutely. I did the me versus no me in my recent vid thumbnail too. I'm scared to look at the results. Now that's fair. That's fair. You sort of get used to, like, I do my thumbnails a certain way, and this is what I'm going to do, and then you get like a test that sort of tells you maybe you need to change your thumbnails up because this other thumbnail is doing way better. I thought, okay. Yeah, this is a good question. I hear that you couldn't do it on lives, but I heard that lives, they were left for replay. So, before the live, you can't add extra thumbnails, but once the live has become a VOD or a video on demand, then you can add the additional thumbnails for testing. That is correct. The fact that you can't see it on your older lives is interesting. I'm going to check that on my lives. Actually, you know what? I can check that right now. Let's go look at last week's live. Last week's live. Can I do a test and compare? If it opens. Thank you. Yeah, right now my live stream doesn't. No, it's not. Maybe they're just making sure it's rolled out to videos first before they do live replays. I'll do more research on that one. That's an interesting question. Pete says, I'm a little worried that this stuff is another incentive to make videos for the algorithm instead of for your audience. Well, when you think about it, it's how people are responding. Like the fact that they clicked on it is the first factor, and then how long they watch. It is testing the audience, really. So, it's basically giving you a little bit more insight into what the audience likes and doesn't like. So hopefully, because they're not using CTR now, if they were using CTR as the measuring stick, that could lead to like high volumes of clickbait thumbnails, because they're going, oh, this got the highest CTR. We're gonna keep slamming clickbaity thumbnails because they work better. We get a higher CTR. But that doesn't indicate, because people can click. You can get a whole heap of clicks, but people can click away straight away if the video isn't what they're expecting. So that's where clickbait comes in. So the fact that they're testing on watch time share means that the person has to have clicked and watched a decent amount of the video to give show not only is that the thumbnail works, but the video is also enjoyable to a certain extent, or they kept them watching a little bit longer than maybe some of these other formats. Maybe the promise of the thumbnail wasn't matched in the video, but the promise of a different thumbnail is better articulates what's in the video than another. So it's in the way that they're doing it, it's actually reversing the reliance on clickbait if people are looking at those results and judging by those results. So it's actually working against clickbait. So we'll see how it goes. You know, it's time will tell. I see your face. Oh, that was when I was doing the screen share. I'm like, I hope so. I'm in front of the camera. I hate that it's really hard to find actual articles from YouTube about YouTube things within Google now. I used to be able to easily search for things, and now it's other people's stuff. Yeah, sometimes it's not the first result. I always make sure to go to the source, something that's directly from Google or YouTube. When it comes to a YouTube feature, when I talk about it and get the information on it, I'll try to go there. Now, if the documentation doesn't have what I'm looking for, then I will probably like tweet at Team YouTube or the Creator Liaison or something like that, and get some say, oh, I need some clarity on this particular feature. Whatever the question might be. That's my two ways of going about getting information on a feature, because sometimes some of this stuff's like announced on Creator Insider or on one of the YouTube creators channel or somewhere like that, and it's like they've got a link to, sometimes they've got a link to an announcement, which is helpful. Sometimes they've got a link to a help article, which is great as well. And they don't talk about all every detail in the video. They just give you like the highlights or the important stuff. And sometimes the stuff that you want to know is in the nitty gritty. It's in the fine detail. And they're the questions I tend to ask. So I go looking a lot. Boom. Again, soon. We haven't got a time scheduled yet, but soon. They're always fun streams. Scrolling, looking for questions. Oh, SMA Sky's in the house. And I missed the earlier one here. We said, ooh, I have it. Nice. I wonder if it works for live streams. No, doesn't work on live streams. Like pre-stream when you're scheduling, no. Apparently, once it's in some sort of VOD state, you should be able to do test and compare on replays in some fashion. So I'll do a bit of investigating on that one. Okay. Cool. Let me have a look at that, because that's... I'll see if it's the one I've looked at yet. I'll wait for it to load. Ah, yes. I need to have another read through that. Yeah, there is a mention. Let's see if we can see what it says. How and where does it work? Take a few. Eligibility inquiry. Winning thumbnails. Okay, so it talks about CTR versus watch time share. I'm missing the part. I've probably skipped over the part about live streams. I think it's back up here. I don't have my glasses on, which doesn't help. I'll have this all nutted out before my video, so... Anyway, I can't see it. I know it's in there because I did read it. All right. Where are we? Correct. Absolutely. Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah. When I left the stream last night, it was like some stupid hour of the early morning, so I had to go to sleep. Yeah, it was looking good. It was looking good. Here we go. Question. Learn Spanish World says, have you heard anything about the paid content YouTube courses that YouTube is going to introduce? I thought it was going to be introduced. Yeah, it's been radio silence now. I've heard very little. I know that there are creators who have it as part of the testing, the beta stage, of course. I'm pretty sure Nick Dimon has it, but he hasn't obviously tried it. He hasn't utilized it. It's a bit of a commitment to put together some sort of course to test that sort of thing. I think it's like, a series of videos. I don't know what else it entails. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. They certainly announced it quite a while ago, and as with ABC thumbnail testing, it's taken a very long time. I couldn't even tell you if it's likely to even be mentioned for the rest of 2024. Who knows? Maybe there's a hold up with it. Maybe there's a lot more testing. Maybe it's more complicated for them to put together. So I know nothing at all. But that's a good question. I'll ask some questions. If I don't get a chance beforehand, I'll definitely ask some questions when I'm at Vid Summit, because I'll be able to bail up someone like Renee Ritchie and say, hey, what's happening with courses? Bella Vicky says, do you have a link to become a member? I need to check out mine. I'm on a phone and it's a pain. Ooh, my link. My membership. Looks like Chantel's dropped that in the chat. Excellent. Yeah, I can't remember if it's in my description. That's a good question. Yeah, and when you're on a mobile, there's no join button, so you can't go and check, click it or say see perks or whatever it is if you're already a member, to see what that's all about. Okay, this is rolling around for me, so let's make sure I haven't missed anything. They announced Test and Compare over a year ago. I imagine courses is even more comprehensive. Yeah, Test and Compare, they've been talking about that. I've heard, this is Roberto Blake said, that they have been talking about it since 2012 in different capacities. Obviously, this iteration of it is more recent, where they talked about it, at one of the events that they had, last year. Absolutely. All right. Us Plus Dad. Starting a separate education-based channel whilst using the Roblox platform. What classifies content as education versus gaming in this instance? That is a good question, because you can have crossover. We'll be packed with a lot of elementary learning training. Yeah, you can designate that in the categories how you want. So if you primarily see it as education, then you can completely within your rights to mark that as an education channel, because using obviously Roblox tools as a visual aid, as a method of presenting the content. So I think that's something that you shouldn't have any issues with in regards to putting that out there and making sure that it's noted as being, hey, this is educational. This is not, we're not playing a game of Roblox. We're using this in an educational presentation. So yeah, definitely you can mark that as education, and I think once you get the content out there and people see what it is, it reaches the right audience, and it will definitely be seen as a resource, as an education channel. Yeah, I think that's right. I saw the conversation there. Belovic says, Doug, I have not told you today, but you rock. More people need to know about you. Hey, yeah, feel free to share. Feel free to share. Like, if I can get more videos out there, like if there's like information like that reuse content stuff, for example, it's like that's a resource for people in the future. So that's why it's out there. If you ever need to send anyone there for that information, feel free to share the video. That's the best way to go about that. Point people to what the answer to the problem that they're having, wherever you can. So yeah, appreciate any sorts of shares like that where it gets the content to the right people. Pop that up. I thought that was one of mine, and I just looked and that's not one of mine. I clicked on it. I'd like to see one of mine. That's one of YouTube's. One of YouTube's. All right. I keep losing the page on my Stream Deck. It keeps jumping back to the default page. So I probably have a button to press in the configuration. Let me have a look real quick and then we'll get back. Profiles. I don't want a default profile. That's what I want. That should keep it where it needs to be. There it is. There it is. Okay. I think I've caught up with the chat. All right, let's look at the other announcements from this week. And don't forget, if you've got any questions, keep dropping them with the Q in front. Now, we talked about test and compare. So there's a lot more we can go into on that, but I'm going to save that for a video, of course. QR codes, experiment. So just another way of doing sort of this sort of thing, but to share. Oh, there it is. But to share your YouTube channel, basically. It's just a method of sharing your YouTube channel. So only some people have it. It's an app thing in the YouTube app. It's not a desktop thing at the moment, but it's an experiment. The other thing that they're experimenting with, not everybody has, is mentions. You know, when you at somebody and you can like basically tag them in description or a title of a video, some other places. I think you can do it in community posts as well. They're actually experimenting with being able to do that in a comment, which is sort of a no-brainer. And I actually thought on some surfaces it technically already does that, but what they mean by it is where you actually type the @ and start typing the name, and it will actually give you the list. Something that we want in live stream chats forever. We've been asking for this forever in live stream chats. So hopefully they'll do some testing in live stream chats as well with the @ mention on mobile, because we know we can already do it on desktop, but on mobile, we really want it on there. And that's sort of like a side mention of this, but they're actually testing it in like regular video comments. And it's only a test for some channels at the moment, so it's an experiment, so it's not a rollout to everybody. So if you do happen to have that, you can check that by, if you're writing a reply to a comment or writing a comment, you can type the @ symbol, start typing the name, and it should start populating some options as to who you're tagging. And that's the way to go about that. The other thing that's interesting is on the mobile app now, they've rolled out, if you're in the YouTube partner program, so this affects people in the YouTube partner program. I think some people in the US have had this for a while, but it's rolled out to other currencies, where if you're in Studio app, I should say, the Studio app, and go to the Earn tab, it'll show you some payout information. So I'm just going to cover that up. And if you see that says your payment is pending, we'll be heading to you soon. I'm covering it up because you're not supposed to show how much you're getting paid publicly. But you can click in and actually see your payment history, what they pay you each month, in there as well. But you can actually access that now on the YouTube Studio app. So that was a bit hairy doing live. That's the live method. We're going to jump back into the chat. I see questions. Don't forget this. It does. It helps me see the questions. Like this one. Have you noticed getting errors in your share a member's first video to community post? You know what? I haven't tried sharing a member's first video to community post. Because my assumption is the members are already getting notified, and I wouldn't want to share a member's first video to the public because they can't watch it yet unless they become a member. So yeah, so I haven't tried that, but I will try that and see if I get any issues. Are you making the community post a members only post? Would be my question about that. So yeah, I'm not sure. Red Laser, welcome to the stream. I have been upgraded to managing moderator on a couple of channels and reviewed YouTube videos. Is there any change since the rollout I'm missing? Pretty much there's no real change. I know Chantel did a video on managing moderators. I haven't seen any new stuff in the managing moderators section, like just the usual things about being able to like put the live chat into slow mode. What were the other ones? I forgot what the other ones were. Changing it from like sub-only mode to regular mode to members-only mode or whatever it is. I think you can do that as well. Yeah, I need a refresher as to what you can actually do. Oh, I should be able to tell, shouldn't I? Okay, I just heard it. I just heard a noise. Oh, that was Siri. Sorry, Siri.
You don't have any alarms.
Siri, go away. I don't know how I activated Siri. I have no idea. This is... Okay, that's the one I'm looking at. Yeah. So if Chantel's there, it can remind me of what the extra features are for managing moderator, because I've completely forgotten. But I don't think there's anything new since they launched. I checked with Renee so far for the ad testing. It's not including mobile. Yeah, mobile live streams. Where do we find the code is only for creators? It's being tested on random channels, so not everybody has it. But it should be on the mobile app. If you could click on the U and then go to your channel and go share. There's some sort of share. If you go to the share card basically on your channel, you should see it right where it says copy link or send link. It should be like as another option there. There should be a QR code option. I don't have it. I don't know if many channels have it right now. So it's just something to keep an eye out for. That's not the one I clicked on. Hang on. Here it comes. I feel it coming in. I'm going to hit it now and it's going to come up in a second. Thank you for the super chat. What is a managing moderator? It's like a moderator with superpowers. We've got additional abilities in that live chat that the regular moderators don't have. Things like, let's see, Chantel says managing moderators can change the chat speed. So like if you got on slow mode, who can chat? So from regular mode to sub-only mode. They can also go and add words to the block words list on the fly for the creator, so the streamer doesn't have to go do that. A few other things. So yes, it's like a bit of a bonus sort of moderator on steroids. Okay. And let's highlight that. And it's I believe that's a super sticker. It's a super sticker. I hit the wrong button. Let's hit the right button. Thank you for the super sticker. There's a $10 from Home Road Repair with a thank you, the old paired and the thank you. You even get the, look at that, you get the YouTube animations. Don't you love it when you get the YouTube animations? No other one that I know does YouTube animations. Like StreamYard doesn't do it. Ecamm doesn't do it. Thank you, Social Stream Ninja. All right. So appreciate it. Where am I? Party in the house. Okay. There's a bit of a summary. Manager moderators can change the chat speed, who can chat, and add to block words. Okay, and if you want to know more about it, just after launch, Chantel did a video about it. I said, Chantel, you need to make a video about that because it's a live streaming feature. It's for mods. I could make it, but you should make it. So that is it. So they say you can click it on the chat. You can go and check that out. How's your fundraising going for Vid Summit Shit? It's going well. It's going well. I am at the moment. I'm waiting. Some of the super chat stuff from last month is coming through when the payments come through in probably 5 or 6 days, 7 days. In about a week from now, that'll help fill the coffers, so to speak. And I'm just waiting for airlines to drop a good price, if possible. So I'm sort of hanging out till the funds are there and look for the best price possible. Because I don't want to be paying more money than I need to for that. And then once I got the airfares done, I know when I'm arriving and departing, and I can book my accommodation. So I think I'm getting close. I think we're getting close. The goal number in Buy Me a Coffee isn't accurate because it doesn't count stuff that's coming by super chats, for example. So yeah, but no, it's doing well. I'm very happy with where we're at. So question: will StreamYard keep updating their software? Feels like they're falling behind in some things. Yeah, it's hard to say with the new owners because they've been very radio silent since the takeover. Now I know they have to get their ducks in a row and do different things, and state of the company and the product itself. So yeah, I don't have any insights as to what. How they're going to go with development, bringing in new features, how well they'll be implemented. Gage and Dan were very responsive to stuff, which is good. And I don't know whether, we're going to have the same responsiveness to questions, theories. My biggest sort of disappointment was that they never rolled out dark mode. And I did hear rumors that it was supposed to be out last Christmas. So I don't know what happened. What happened to dark mode? StreamYard? What happened? Anyway. Alright. Where are we? Shark Scrapper's in the house. Welcome to Shark Scrapper. There we go. Alright. I think I covered the stuff that they announced in this week's Creator Insider. It was the QR codes. Test and compare is a big one, of course. The mentioned in comments experiment and showing the payment info in your studio app, so you don't have to jump over to AdSense to look at all that stuff anymore. Which is all good. It's all good. Push that up for a second. All right. And we're gonna do something that we haven't done for a while. Are you ready for this?
It's last call.
It's the last call, which means we're getting to the pointy end of the show. So it's your last chance to ask a question, make a comment, anything you want to bring to attention for the last part of the stream. It's like last drinks at the pub, as they say. So let me know. Drop them in the chat. We'll be wrapping things up. But before we do, let's talk about what's coming up either later today or later this week in a segment we like to call More to Come. That's what we call it. We've got Nick Nimmin coming up at 9 a.m. Eastern, so that's in about 34 minutes from now. Nick and probably Dee as well will be going live from the Nimmin Live Studios later today. Now, there's nothing else on that I'm aware of later today to go and check out, but Nick's already scheduled his channel review show over on the Tube Spanner channel. So that's the Tube Spanner channel. And if I've done the math calculation correctly, it will be at 9 a.m. Eastern on Tuesday. So look out for that later this week. And we can continue down. And not to forget that Chantel will be doing her regular show, I believe. I forgot to ask. Are you doing a regular show today? This weekend? It'll be 7 p.m. Eastern Sunday. If it is, that's around 9 a.m. Eastern Australia time, 7 p.m. Eastern Sunday. So as always, and I'll be here this time next week, of course. So that's good to know as well. Let's bring this back. So yeah. All right, back to the chat. Let's bring that up. Bring that last call back in, just as a reminder. It reminds me just as much as it reminds everybody else. All right. There is some conversation. I'll try not to highlight people's conversations. Nick and Nick. Did I say Nick and Nick instead of Nick and D? I probably did. All right. Let's see. Anything else in the chat? Hey, nothing else coming up right now. The other thing I do want to thank is, as always, let's thank the members. I should have done this earlier, actually. I've managed to actually get them all on the screen. We've got quite a lot of members because of all the gifted memberships in the last month has like boosted the totals. And big shout out, of course, to the Hewson YT Max members, Amazing Off Destinations, Eileen Smith. Now there's many more names in Hewson YT, which is at the starting level. Your name is there. And you are appreciated. People who probably have never been in this live stream, who might be subscribed to my channel. I hope you're enjoying the memberships. Dropping more members videos. Real soon. And the important thing is, of course, is members get early access to the main videos on the main channel. So when we drop a tutorial or something like that, you're going to get it at least 24 hours before the general public. So that's always fun. Where are we up to in the chat? Bringing it back. Here we go. Okay, I just got to click on it because it's got the emojis on and brings it all up. Michael's asking a question. Where do we find the QR code? Is it only for creators? Yeah, not everybody has it. It will be for anybody who has a channel. So technically, anybody who has a YouTube account has a channel because you'd have like a base channel. I don't know whether or not they're going to just make QR codes available to people who've posted content, but I think they're encouraging more people, even on the where they might not be making regular videos. They might just be doing some shorts or something, or they might just be doing some dropping community posts or whatever to stay communicative with other people. I don't know. But they probably will be dropping that once they roll it out as a proper feature. But don't forget, the QR code is only an experiment. Not everybody has it. Only a small subset of channels have it. Yeah, tell me about it. I had to reduce the font when I was putting it together because I think the other week I tried like a scroll thing and I had to sit there and wait for it to get through the list. So I'm like, I'm just going to put the whole list on the screen. We'll just drop the font a little bit and there it is. Frankie over 50's here. We're in the now I'll put it up again. We're in the last call, of course. We're in the last call. Greg saw his name. That's good. the cool glasses. Yeah. What I did too is I've basically filled out all the available emoji slots. So that's why we've got a whole bunch of new emojis. Took advantage of the fact that we unlocked those with all the increase in members, the gifted memberships that we had in the past month. So the trick is for if you've got memberships is to, if you get an influx, fill up your emoji slots right away so you don't lose them, because if it drops down again you might lose them back again. But if you use them, you get to keep them. I think that's my understanding. So yeah. I've got the achievement unlocked. If you look at my dashboard on YouTube, I got a new achievement in the achievement tab. It says, "Wow, 50 members. That's a lot." So yeah, we hit with all the gifteds and everything else, all the regular members. We crossed the 50 members milestone, which is pretty cool. I'm sort of real stoked on that. Big chunk of those are gifteds, because remember there was a 20 gifted memberships dropped about 2-3 weeks ago. So all those people will be dropping off in the next probably week, 2 weeks, unless they renew, or unless people drop more gifted memberships along the way. That's how the membership stuff works on the tubes. Michael says, "Give it up for the host with the most. Your friendly koala bear." Good on you, Michael. Creator Classroom says, "I need to update my member emojis. I'm planning on doing a little editing this morning. My husband is at work, so I can do stuff I normally don't do on a Saturday, like edit Canva stuff." Yeah, I have fun sort of creating all those in Canva. Everything's created in Canva for me. All those emojis, the members emotes, as they call them. So make sure to play around with that. I think the dimensions. Let me tell you the dimensions. The ideal dimensions for the emotes are. I've got them set as 250 by 250 pixels. So and then I just put them out, export them as a PNG with transparent background, and they do their thing. So they'll just sort of sit on whatever, whether someone has a dark mode or light mode, they'll, the parts that are see-through will be see-through. It's all good. Uh-oh. Bridgerton alert. Yes, my daughter's asked me to download the next installments of Bridgerton that dropped this week. So that's all fun. Oh, 1080 by 1080. Yeah, they have to be square. I think you got some leeway, and they have like an ideal recommended size, which I think is 250 by 250. But you can make it bigger so that it, crops down as a higher resolution. Where are we? Chantel says she really needs to make some emojis. Yeah, get them ready. Get them ready for when those members drop. So Chantel's not too far off getting the subscribers required to get fan funding, so we can have memberships. Always good to be prepared. Like, I think I had a lot of my stuff prepared before I enabled memberships, so it's always good to have them sort of worked on, because they do take a little bit of time to figure out what you want to do and make sure you get in the right format, right size. It's all good. Oh yes, of course there's Fiberific. Fiberific. Oh, I just think about the live streaming channel. I should know. I'm a member of your Fiberific channel. I should know that. So yeah, don't forget, Chantel is streaming at 7 p.m. Sunday night, so Eastern time. Always about live streaming. Always a good conversation about live streaming and YouTube and moderation for live streaming and all whatever. And sometimes there's a topic, a very specific topic around live streaming. Sometimes it's always open. Like Chantel always opens the Q&A, just like we do here. So it's always a good place to hang and talk all about live streaming on a Sunday night. Boom. Now there's motivation. All right. And do you have a topic tomorrow, Chantel? There we go. All right, we've got it all happening here. Well, as we mentioned earlier, Nick Nimmon's coming up in about 23 minutes from now, so we're going to start wrapping things up. We've done the last call. We've sort of chilled into the last call. It's a bit of a chill. And this little secret squirrel stuff. I have a bit of a topic. It's not fully formed yet. That's maybe how I'm interpreting it. Maybe not fully formed. It's like I have a proto topic, and I'm going to work on it. Why no testing fair for live streams? That's cool. All good. And the Shark Scraper says, enough fun for today. Time to get painting in the new house. Be safe all. I want to say be safe all to everyone here today. We'll be wrapping this up right now. You'll be rolled right over when we're done over to Nick's pre-stream chat. So if you want to hang around for Nick and Dee and their live stream today, then just hang tight and you'll end up over there automatically because of the lovely live redirects that YouTube introduced a few years ago. Always good feature. Always a good feature. So let's get rid of that. Let's pull that out of there. And the final question for today is, how soon will it be derailed? I will say at 5 minutes past 9. That's 5 minutes into the stream will be derailed. That's my prediction. I want to thank everyone for joining me today. A good, quick little stream. And, last minute. Oh, that's it. Thank you for the super chat. Thanks for an amazing stream. From Amazing Yacht Destinations at the 100 Type Art. Thank you so much. Snuck that in last minute. I was just wrapping things up. Snuck it in. Absolutely. I agree. We have an AI bot on the channel I work with one day. Yeah, like AI bots are good for like the predetermined announcement stuff. I prefer a human moderator for dealing with the people in the chat. So in my opinion, I will always have real human moderators on my streams. I've tried the night bots and stuff before. I prefer the real deal. And on that note, that was a wrap. I'll see you over on Nick's stream very soon. In the meantime, this is Doug.